Hi, everybody. Okay, before I start giving you the update that I promised in this video, I would like to prefix by saying that I had a different idea for the visual that you are currently viewing in this video. I decided to go with the Lego DC Supervillains main menu because the original intro that I had planned with some personalized text that would lead you down to the description box where you'd find the links to the places that I'm going to talk about later on did not work out at all. My editing program didn't want to work. And so I decided, well, I'm just going to make life that much easier on myself and just turn the volume of this main menu all the way down and just talk to you guys while you're watching the visual of all the supervillains fly by. And, a couple of my favorites that you're going to see on here are Joker and Harley and, of course, Ivy. I love them. I love them all. But anyway, I'm also recording from a Blue Yeti nano microphone, and I'm kind of just getting to know it and learn it a little bit, so I'm hoping that you think that the quality of this recording is good, because the microphone is not up close to my face right now. It's off to the side because it's a really kick-butt microphone. And I also want to say that I've got my notes in front of me that detail everything I want to talk about, but I get a little tongue-tied sometimes. So please forgive me. I'm going to make some verbal flubs and mistakes, but I'm going to do the best I can. But anyway, with all that being said, it's me again, everyone. And at this point, I don't even know which handle to introduce myself by anymore, because it seems like I have way too many accounts on this crazy little thing called YouTube. So I'm just going to go ahead and name them all as I deliver this update to you, because I have got some serious explaining to do to a lot of people who have been asking about me. Some of these people have known me personally. Other people don't. They've just been wondering, where have I been? They've been inquiring as to whether or not I'm going to do more voice stuff for them. Where have I gone to? Where did I disappear to? Well, I'm going to explain why. So, I started out on YouTube as Crystal Bell, and I was an online voice actress who was most recognized for my impression of DC's Batman character, Harley Quinn. And there she is. See, guys, she's still there. She's never left me. She has never left me. I love Harley Quinn, and I love voicing her so much. She is my girl. Out of just about every comic book character that I have heard of or learned about, she is my absolute favorite. I love her, really. She is my heart. Oh my goodness. And by the way, I know it's a bit late in the game to say this, but I feel like I didn't acknowledge this enough when it happened. Rest in peace, Arlene Sorkin. I miss her so much. She was my main voice acting inspiration for Harley. There have been so many other actresses, a whole list of actresses who have portrayed Harley professionally, but Arlene was my most favorite. And I wish I would have had the chance to meet her, but I don't go to conventions very often. So if she was at a convention before the end of her life, I was not able to meet her. And I also miss the late, great Kevin Conroy like crazy. For me, there can be no replacing what he gave to the voice acting world and to our childhoods through his legendary performance as the Bee-Man himself through Batman the Animated Series. And with his passing, I am even more deeply saddened that Mark Hamill has retired from his role as the Joker as a result, because Kevin was like the yin to his yang. And so that infamous trio, how I miss them so much. I miss the voices of the Bat family and the rogues that drove him to seek justice. But anyway, starting to get tongue-tied again. Guys, please bear with me. So, I was fairly active in the VA community of YouTube between the years of 2014 and 2018. And during that time, I enjoyed various fandom activities. Like, I would do projects for stuff relating to Batman, My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, Dragon Ball. I did some Disney stuff. I was a huge oncer. I'm a big fan of ABC's Once Upon a Time. And I did a lot of collaborations with some really awesome people like Auditect, Dina Bella, Midnight 29, Isaac Swinford, Seiichi Teramoto, and of course, there is my most recognizable associate and partner in crime, who also happens to be my very best friend in the whole entire world, Thunder Rider. And I had a blast during those 4 years. I was planning projects. I was writing my own music. I was posting song covers both as myself and as Harley, and I did some other song cover stuff as well. Like I was Applejack and I was Fluttershy and I was just having a ball, And I was spending time with some really incredible people who would later become some of the greatest friends that I've ever had. And that is no exaggeration. I'm serious. I didn't even have friends like that when I was a kid. I mean, I just love these people. Then on December 24th, 2018, at 10 a.m., this is Christmas Eve morning, one of my grandmothers, the one whom I loved so much that she may as well have been my whole world, whom I referred to as Graham, passed away from both lung and liver cancer. I had been living with Graham on and off right up until her passing. So on top of my existence being rocked to the core by her departure from this world, I had to move. Not just once, but 6 times over the last 7 years. 6 times. Because you see, I was living in her house with her up until she passed away. And when she died, well, I couldn't live there anymore. It was one of those things. So this was the first in a series of 6 moves. Whether it was due to issues with my then roommates at the time, or not being able to afford rental increases, or having to establish myself in a completely different state that was more than 700 miles away from my hometown, or I was dealing with unresolved issues that surrounded Graham's death, and I would rather not elaborate on that. The point is, I got busy. So busy that I was tired. I was tired out from all the moving, all the lifestyle changes. My mental health was on and off in the toilet because I was still so sad about, Graham not being here anymore. And of course, I also had to deal with some drama from, as Graham used to say herself, people. And I just didn't have it in me to voice act after all of that. And every time I thought I was in a space that was good enough to be able to pick it back up again, it seemed that I didn't have the energy or the ambition to do so because, like I said, I was so busy, I was so drained, I was so tired, I was dealing with so much both inside and out. And finally, there came a point, fairly recently, where I decided that maybe it might be a good idea to reinvent my online persona, which is why I stepped away from Crystal Bell and created the Crystalline Geek, which was a gaming channel because for me, video games are such terrific therapy for my mental health, and I enjoy them so much. I love the gameplay. I love the stories. I'm not into every single franchise, but I've been a gamer ever since I was a kid. And that is something that Graham actually got me started on, because she had a regular Nintendo and a Super Nintendo game console, and she had a big collection of games. And I would sit as a toddler, maybe the ages of 3 and 4, and watch her play these games. And sometimes I'd play through her save files. And then I started playing my own files fresh from the start of the game. And it was just so awesome. And I've loved games ever since I was a kid, and I have her to thank for that. And I was so excited. I was going to be the Crystalline Geek. I was going to start doing gameplays and Let's Plays, and I was going to be doing commentary, and maybe I was going to be acting out as some of my characters as I was delivering the commentary and stuff. And I was going to come out of this hiatus, and I was going to actually have fun for a change and loosen up and do something that would be beneficial to my mental and emotional health. And then, just when I was ready to hook up my new Blue Yeti Nano microphone and select new game on my PS5, my mother needed to go to the hospital. Now, I don't want to go into the private specifics as to why my mom was hospitalized, but this medical episode was so scary that she needed to be there for 6 weeks. And during this time, I was on and off the phone, talking to doctors and nurses and social workers and collaborating with my siblings in order to make decisions that would be in Mom's best interest. And I praise God above that she came out of it as well as she did. But after all that, needless to say, I was exhausted all over again. Because not only had I lost Graham, this time I nearly lost my mother. And like I said, I'm not going to go into any of the personal specifics, but now here I am making this vlog because it has come to my attention that a lot of people have really missed me. Thunder Rider has informed me that a lot of people have been trying to get a hold of me to do voice work for them, and they don't know how to get a hold of me, so they will go through him. They'll say, hey, where's Crystal Bell? Is she still voice acting? Can she voice Harley for me? Can she be in this project or that project or the other project for me? Because I'm not answering my Crystal Bell email. I haven't been active on my Crystal Bell channel, so they don't know how else to get a hold of me, so they will try to go through him. And guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I just can't. At least not the way I used to. Because I was really active between the years of 2014 and 2018. And I was game to do just about anything that was Harley related. And I just can't do it that way anymore. I don't have that much energy anymore. But never fear, because Harley is still here. She is. Because after some much needed time to once again resettle my nerves, my mind, have a good cry, and get some much needed sleep, I've got the itch to make some voice acted content yet again, just slightly different. It's gonna be through Let's Plays and playthroughs and fun YouTube videos and stuff like that, voiced over by either myself or myself as Harley. I'm either going to be doing a game as the Crystalline Geek or Harley Quinn. Harley's going to be featured here on the Crystalline Geek channel. And at the same time, a lot of my other VA endeavors are going to be posted on my side channel called Last DreamRose. That's where I'm going to be putting up a lot of other video game content that is not related to anything character-wise that I might portray. That's really more of a passion project, really. I mean, they're all passion projects, but the Crystalline Geek is going to be something special that I share with my friends who still love me and love when I do Harley and stuff like that. Whereas Last DreamRose is where I'm going to be posting mostly Square Enix themed content, like Final Fantasy. For example, at the time of this recording, I just wrapped myself playing Final Fantasy IX on there, which is going to premiere once a week during 2026. And I'm not really delivering commentary, but I'm acting out all the characters. You know, I'm just voice acting every character that starts talking, you know? So I thought, wow, I've really got the itch to do that. So I just wrapped that. And like I said, that's going to be premiering during 2026. And so some of those gameplays are going to be acted out. If you want, I can do commentary on some of them, and some of them won't have my commentary at all. I'm just playing them for fun and sharing my fun with you guys and stuff so that we can really just connect, you know, in as many ways as possible that are also comfortable for me. This means that in contrast to my tenure between the years of 2014 and 2018, I'm not going to be sending out auditions to do VA stuff at this point because I feel like my life has gotten so unpredictable that I'm not comfortable trying to commit myself to a big VA project where other actors and directors and, you know, whoever else is involved in the teamwork of that project is going to be dependent on me because I'm not sure if I can deliver. And if I do end up doing something like that, it's going to be for my personal friends whom I know in real life only. No one else, because I can't do it for anybody else right now. So, what does this mean for the Crystal Bell voice acting channel? Well, it's going to stay up. It's going to be around. It's going to exist on YouTube. It just won't be active, at least not during this season of my life, because I won't be there. I've moved here again to this new channel, as well as the Last DreamRose channel. And it's only this time it's through the internet. So, you know, is this move number 7? I don't know. But anyway, you guys get the point. And I'm really sorry for having gone MIA for so long. I got super busy. I needed to wait until I found a space where I could just relax and find enough peace to be able to jump back onto YouTube and so much as say hi. You know, now I'm going to leave the links to my second channel and my public Facebook, you know, the ones where you guys can get a hold of me if you want to, and my Twitch account in the description box below, so that if you want to follow along or if you want to subscribe to me on my other channel for some more fun videos and stuff like that, you'll know where to find me. And with that being said, thank you all so much for your patience, your understanding, your consideration, and your love, because I am honestly kind of taken aback that you guys still want to work with me so much that you would actually try to contact Thunder Rider in the hopes of getting a hold of me. And he tells me, he says, Crystal, people still want to work with you. They're asking about you. They want to know if you're available. And I'm like, really? You know, like, I kind of thought that I'd been quiet for so long that y'all had forgotten about me. But I am very grateful for you all. Here I am now with everything that I've told you I have to offer. Some fun videos, some gameplay, some Facebook interaction here and there. So let's hope that this new endeavor of mine works out for the better, okay? Because this is all I'm really able to give to you guys. But I still hope that you want to drop by my channels and have a good time. So thank you all so much. God bless you all. And yeah, drop some suggestions in the comments section of this video, what do you want to see me play? What do you want to see Harley play? Head over to the last DreamRose channel. Let me know which Final Fantasy you want me to play next, or maybe you don't want me to play a Final Fantasy. Maybe you want me to play a different game from a different company, from a different franchise. If it's within my comfortability level and my affordability level, sure, I'm totally okay with that. Friend me on Facebook down below on my public Facebook page. Send me messages, say hi. I can't guarantee that I will get right back to you, but I'm doing the best I can. But this is where this is where my comfortability level is, and I hope that you guys are just as comfortable with it as I am. So God bless you all, and I hope to hear from you soon. Bye.